wanted to speak about the balance of duality. So, we are the embodiment of duality, and this involves both parties of one spectrum. Think of the light spectrum, right? Where they're not divided, it's all one spectrum. And this is exactly the same thing with us. So the reason we see division comes from Maya, the illusion. Maya, the illusion, is the facade of life through the ego's perspective. So it is a limiting perspective because it doesn't allow you to see the truth in things or the true being of things, right? You're not seeing it for what it is. You're seeing it through the ego's lenses. We fabricated the facades into a new way of seeing, which is not in alignment with the truth. So we diluted the truth with so much programming and, beliefs. And then we see it in that way. The same with separation, okay? So separation is an illusion. You're not seeing duality in truth because there is no division. The truth is we encompass both the light, which is the high energies, and the dark, which is the low energies. And it is where we choose to be in the moment that we divide ourselves into picking a side. And from that facade, we act, right? We start getting ideas and beliefs that divide us within that side. However, when you seek truth and your authenticity, you'll find that neither is in wrong because both are needed equally. What's not dark will always come to light. And when you are in the light, you'll see everything for what it is, right? In its actual form, in its divine form. The light encompasses truth. You have a clear mind, a clear picture of who you are, and the ability to see through the illusions. The light encourages you to spread the truth, and this involves higher frequencies. So when we say that Earth's frequency is elevating, it means that we are building a world of truth and not a world of hidden agendas or control. And Earth is solidifying to be based on truth. So that's why we are seeing things coming to the light. The dark embodies the unseen, right? When it's pitch black, you're not able to see anything. And it is where things are hidden. So we're not able to see the truth. And we create these illusions. When you're in pitch black, your mind starts creating these silhouettes or whatever it is. Usually whatever it's in your subconscious mind. That's why sometimes it can be scary. Because, a lot of people aren't able to face their shadows yet. So only when you seek truth will you start seeing light. You will start seeing cracks of the truth. This is also when your third eye starts to activate. We're able to then read in between the lines of things, right? So the darkness involves lower frequencies. And eventually everything will always come to the light. Saying that you have no darkness is like saying you never experienced duality. You're born in a world of duality to find balance, to seek your truth and authenticity. It is not for you to choose a side, continually dividing, right? So it is a state of awareness to realize that we need both. And we can't escape duality. It's like saying you want to escape the body because your body has an ego attached to it. And the ego is more of a lower frequency, right? We all start there. So to come into terms, we need to find balance. So surrender to the truth and don't force what is not true. Because again, there's no division. It just is, right? A rainbow isn't divided like into certain rows, right? It's all one spectrum. So the light could go dark anytime, and the also light can also be condensed by darkness, right? By fabricating facades that cover this truth. So this is why it's important to know your truth, because the mind could be tricky, but it's all in your mind, right? You program yourself to believe in these things, and then you see that for what it is. So balancing is standing in truth, which is the light in your spiritual body, while also embracing the darkness aspects of you that you hide, right? The ego body, the physical body. And this is a spiritual being having a human body experience once you're balanced. So the left hand path, it's more of a masculine energy, and it is about self-discovery. This is about being in your power, mastering yourself, right? And this does not mean that you're focused on creating destruction on earth. It's a path that involves discipline and hard work. So this could include working with deities like Kali, Hecate, or ancient serpent energies. And it is the masculine approach to spiritual ascension. I did put some things down that mostly you'll see in this path, which is like, also about the dark feminine embodiment, or lucid dreaming and astral projection, even learning forbidden knowledge. And it is the deification of the self, right? You're seeing yourself as a divine being, as God. And some practices can include chaos magic, Luciferianism, tantric techniques, or even entheogenic rites such as like ayahuasca, any plant medicine, because when you do those ceremonies, you do face a lot of your shadows, and that helps you transform even more, right? The right hand path is more of a feminine energy. So you are focused on transcending the ego and merging with higher consciousness through purification, devotion, and unity. This is about being an anchor for the divine. You're basically a lantern for others, right? Trying to unify and merge the collective. And you're focused on creating more love and light here on earth. So this path includes connecting with other divine aspects like angels or God, the universe itself, right? And it is the feminine approach to spiritual ascension. So some practices can include meditation, praying, energy work, like healing and clearing, light work, living by spiritual laws, and moral discipline. And now I wanted to speak about the middle path, because I heard people talk about the left hand path and right hand path, but not the middle path. And I do believe that there is a middle path, because I integrate both of these into my life a lot. So these are different paths one can take. They do not identify who you are. However, it is how you choose to learn and create. This is all what it is. So the middle path is a conscious path, and it's about integrating. So if you resonate with following both paths, this is the middle path. And in this path, you recognize that the truth for what it is, right? There's no separation here. You're focused on balance and unity, honoring both sides. It is a non-dual awareness. The middle path includes being in your power to gather fragments of your soul and also helping others restore their power to unite. It is about knowing thyself and knowing your mission. You become aligned with your authenticity and can channel guidance. You become a living bridge between the earthly and the divine. And again, the left-hand path emphasizes individualism and personal empowerment. Okay, so you are honoring your body as power, worshiping this power. It is about you coming together. The right-hand path focuses on community and morals. You're honoring the spiritual body as your power. And you are creating more love and light on earth. It is about aspects, everyone coming together, ruling together. So again, these are just ways to learn and create. It is not about division. Know the difference, not to be divided. Because it is a limited perspective believing that you have to choose one side when God's perspective is neutral, right? We put meanings, labels, intentions to things to experiences, right? Because my experience in something could be a whole different thing for you. So there's no right or wrong path. Other than that, things just are. It just is, right? A neutral way of seeing things. This is also a balanced way of seeing things, because you're able to see things for what it is. So if you have any questions, I'll be happy to answer them. I just wanted to go over the basics of these paths of, the spiritual warfare that people talk about, when really there's no division. So thank you so much for watching this video.